Hello, beautiful people. We are on 40 days of gratitude, 40 days of praise, 40 days of thankfulness and joy. And my goodness, am I thankful that you are here. Oh, I am so thankful that you are here. Thank you for tuning in, giving me your time and your attention. They say that currently in the world, the most important currency, the most valued currency is attention. It is not dollars, honey. It ain't yen. It is not pounds. It's not euros. It's not, none of that. Currency is the number one, or rather, attention is the number one currency in the world right now. The number one. And that is why Facebook and all these online platforms and the news and media houses, all these places spend millions and millions of dollars to get your attention, because attention is the number one thing. And so the fact that you give me your attention every single morning, hello, I'm honored. Thank you for it. And I hope that you get so much value from this time that your life transforms, and that you will continuously be able to point back to that time I did 40 days of Praise with Lucia. That was the turning point for me. That was the tipping point for me. And also let me know, sure, girl needs some feedback, yeah. Okay, let's dive into today's session. And I'm excited about today's session. I am going to ask you to take a bit of a leap of faith. I am going to ask you to stretch yourself a little bit to go with me on this journey. Let's dive into it. Yesterday we spoke about looking at the past, rewriting the past in your favor, rewriting the past in a way that you can take power out of it to propel yourself forward. Today I want to look at the future. And I want to tie gratitude into the future. Now let's dive into the story. I have been a journaler. I've been writing in journals for years. I don't know what other people write. Maybe they write, "Dear Diary, I went to school today, I did this and that." That wasn't really my vibe. What was my vibe was to write my dreams, what I want, what if there was any sign or scripture or coincidence or miracle or prayer answered or whatever, that's going in my journal. If I have a prayer that's a burning desire, I'm putting it in my journal. I'm putting it in my journal because when it happens, I want to flip back to that page and I want to tick it off and I want to say, okay, it took 4 years, but honey, it happened, right? So that was what my journaling was all about. It was just writing the script for my life, what my life had to look like. I have been putting confessions and affirmations and ideas and thoughts and painting pictures in journals for years. Now, I don't say that I've always done it correctly, that I've always done it with full belief or full faith or the gratitude, but I've been working on it. And it's taken me all this time to get to that sweet spot of where I want to be and where I see the things that I'm journaling, thinking about, the pictures I'm painting come to fruition. So let's talk about that for a moment, because I want things to come to fruition in your life. I don't just want you to feel good. Really. I want you to laugh and I want you to have a good life and I want you to feel good, but I don't just want you to feel good. I want you to have more than that. And you can only have what you see. Doesn't have to be with your physical eyes, but you have to be able to see it in your mind with your imagination. That is why you have that imagination station factory up there available. It's not there to conjure up worries. It's not there to imagine terrible things happening to you. Oh, but if I don't do this, then this will happen. And if I don't, and if this, and what if? That is not why your imagination is there. That is not why that factory and creation space for your dreams is there. Your mind is the place where you craft and create and dream up and plan, figure out what the next step is, where you conjure up ideas and you start mapping out the steps, where you count the cost. That is what your mind, your imagination is there for. And so already on this journey, I hope that you have been limiting your exposure to worries and imagining worries, imagining fears, imagining what ifs, imagining the bad things, and starting to use that imagination station to imagine the good things. You have to paint a picture of the life that you want. And as soon as you start to do that, what you will find is you will see where your boundaries, limitations, and borders are. Because you might dream up something wonderful, and it won't be long, and this voices come. Oh, that's not going to happen to you. Girl, keep dreaming. Oh, you wish. Never. Right? Those things pop into your head. And when those things pop into your head, you decide to pull back. Let me just... What is actually possible? What is something that I can do? What is... so maybe, this is my life. This is my lot in life. Don't even dream. It's actually just depressing because then it's a whole lot of stuff that I can't have anyway. No. You are allowed to dream. You are allowed to envision what you want for a future. And if your future isn't bigger than your present, then you're not doing it right. Your future is supposed to be something to grow toward, to grow into. I'm just thinking of my son. He is so excited every time when we have to go buy him new shoes in a new size, And he has now just graduated into the adult sizes, if you will. You have the baby sizes, 1, 2, 3, up until 13. So he went from 12, then he was 13, and now he got a size 1. And this means he's now in the adult sizes, because as he grows his sizes, it's all going to be adult sizes, and he might one day be my size, and then he might be dad's size, and then he might even go bigger. We don't know, right? But he's so excited, and he's looking forward to the day. Funny, what kids look forward to, but he looks forward to the day that he's going to wear his big shoes. What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to in your life? A friend said to me toward the end of last year, they're not really excited for 2024, it's a new year, cool, but And I said, what are you doing that's new? What are you doing that's different? What do you have planned for yourself? He said nothing. I said, that's why you're not excited. You don't expect any growth, improvement, increase. There's nothing to grow into. So of course you're not excited. So yes, growth and dreaming takes energy and focus. But my goodness, it feels good. My goodness, it feels good. So if you've done 21 days in full bloom, there's an exercise that we do there. And that exercise you do daily for the 21 days, which basically is you envision your future for the next 2 years to 5 years, the conversations you have, what you look like, who you are talking to, who you spend time with, what your home looks like, what your workspace looks like. Maybe you're working for a company, but in the future you see yourself working for yourself. Maybe you have a business partner and you're doing your own thing. Maybe you just started at a company and you want to grow into a senior position, right? I don't know what that picture is, but you do. You need to start crafting out that picture. And the more familiar you become with that picture, the easier it is to believe that picture. And as you start to believe that picture more and more, you start taking action toward that picture. But there comes that moment where you really believe this is the life. This is your life. It doesn't matter if it hasn't happened just yet, but this is your life. This is the direction you must go in. And then this amazing thing happens where you start being grateful for a life that you believe is yours that you're not even living yet. But you believe it's yours so much that you're already grateful for it. My goodness. That, my friend, that is what hits different. That is what hits different. Last year, in the beginning of the year, I did a vision board with a few friends. And I could barely put my vision board together because I had just had my twins. My twins were about 2 or 3 months old. We did this vision boards. I cut out this passport and an aeroplane, and I put that on my vision board with a couple of other things. My vision board was empty. There was very little on my vision board. I was like, guys, I'm going to finish this thing later. Clearly, I have no vision, only porridge, pregnancy brain, or mommy brain, whatever. But anyway, toward the end of last year, believe it or not, I just start getting this unction for it's time. It's time to go overseas. It's time to go overseas. It's time to go overseas. That was toward the end of last year. I'm like, okay, Lord, however you want to do it, let's make it happen. I have already been in such a thankful state for the last couple of years, knowing that I am going to travel overseas to speak. Not for fun, yes, for fun also, and that's my own thing, that's my own. But I mean in terms of speaking. For work purposes, I'm going to travel overseas and go inspire and encourage people all over. So I knew it was happening. It's inevitable. And so I was thanking God for it. I was grateful for it already. And as the year started this year, someone messages me and says, Lucia, come and speak. At our conference, it would be fantastic to have you. However, here is the fee that we charge all speakers. I was like, what? You charging me to come work? I must pay you to do what I do. No, honey, not today. I politely declined. And then I said to God, Lord, I want to go to Paris. This sounds incredible. But I'm not gonna, not at my expense to work. If you want me to work, if you want me to do my thing, I will do it to the best of my ability. But hire me to come there. Pay for my travel and accommodation. Hello. And it wasn't 2 weeks. Someone reached out to me. We had some conversations. And there you go. Boom. I'm about to go to Paris. I looked at my passport. It was expired. I said, Lord, this passport was on my vision board the previous year. I didn't go get the passport. This would teach me. I went to one of the local places, Home Affairs, got the passport. 2 weeks, the passport arrived. I said, okay, goodness, now it's visa time. Once again, I went and I did everything and I said, Lord, make it happen. My flight is scheduled for 12 days later. The visa could take up to 15 days. And I just was like, I'm going. This is all going to work out. I'm just so grateful that I got this wonderful opportunity. I'm so grateful that the seal has been broken. I am now going international with my speaking, something I've envisioned for myself for years. And boom, I get my visa with about 2 or 3 days to spare. And I prepare myself. I'm going to Paris. Not long after that, there I was in Paris. I was able to speak to a great group of women. I had a sensational time. And I think, wow. It is gratitude that has maintained me. It has gratitude that has taken me there. It is gratitude that has held me. Sometimes there's so many opportunities that the Lord would like to release in our lives, but we can't receive it because we've already switched ourselves off to it. Oh, it cannot happen. It's not going to work for me. Or it didn't come in my time or the way I wanted, so it's not going to work. I'm sure I could have made going to Paris happen with the other company. But I thought, no. If I'm going to go to Paris, I'm going to go to Paris legit. Right? So in the same way, what is it you need to start shaping in your mind, start believing, and start being grateful for? Things don't have to take years for you. It doesn't have to take years. Of course, COVID impacted travel. I am so sure I would have traveled for speaking much sooner if COVID hadn't stolen 3 years out of the world, right? But here it has happened. So many other things. I recently packed up some clothes in my cupboard and I said, okay, I want to give away clothes that either I don't wear anymore because I just never wear it. It's not my size. You know, sometimes you keep clothes that's not your size. It's too big or too small, but you keep it for in case you get to that size. So those clothes, so there's some nice clothes. There's clothes you spent money on and you feel like I really spent on this, so I don't just want to give it away, but you never wear it, so it's time to give it away. And then there's also clothes that hold on to poverty. Do you know what hold on to poverty clothes are? It's that pants with a hole in, but you really like that tracksuit pants and it's so comfortable. But the lace already fell out, the laces in the front. There's a hole on the ankle, you know. It's your hold on to poverty clothes. Now, I had to give away all my broken clothes, even though I love it. Or there's a stain on a top. And the stain just never ever came out and I never wear the top because of that stain, but I keep it in my cupboard and I just cannot wear it. It's going. So I packed up a whole bag of clothes that are in good condition to give away and clothes that are not the greatest, but whoever wants it can have it. Right? And as I did that, I was like, okay, Lord, I've made room in my cupboard for clothing. I need clothes. You know, I speak all the time, so I'm always looking for fresh clothes. And lo and behold, someone mailed me and said, hey, can I please send you a box with 1 or 2 items from our clothing range? And I thought, oh, Lord, you are too good. You are too good. I haven't even given the bag away yet, and already you have started organizing things. Live in your gratitude and see how things happen for you, and see how the doors open for you. Life is an incredible thing. You don't have to be fake or false about it. You can be as authentic and real and have a bad day and sometimes lose your temper and whatever, but keep snapping back to your gratitude. Every chance you get where you catch yourself slipping, come back to your gratitude. Come back to your gratitude. Control your emotions with your gratitude. Control your mindset. Discipline your mind with your gratitude. So much so that your mind is building the life that you want. You are not sitting desperate for God to just please do something. No. You saying you've given me this gift of life. I'm going to thank you for it and I'm going to make the best out of every single thing you bring my way. And with that, you cannot lose. With that attitude, you cannot lose. So craft your future with gratitude and by dreaming big. And let's see what happens in your life.